talk about the little people and Bigfoots, and the other things that we've seen with the aliens and other things. Fourth year in a row, I've been catching them. This was this year, and there's a very cryptid baby child behind a church, which I call a Bigfoot, ducking down between the two branches, and a weird tree face that seems to change face into a logs. And I did the video, but I just did the music, and I really didn't do a great job. But I did show you what it was, and I did get some views from it. But I have a lot of information. I know a lot of stuff about Bigfoot. So what I'm trying to say, I jumped down into this thing, and I was muddy, and I just stood there and like I filmed it across, and I couldn't see anything but what you're seeing now. But what I can show you is what's there, and it's a child and a Bigfoot. So let me go ahead and go into the child. So the way I would do this is right here. So why is this child seen next to a Bigfoot? We talk about the little people and Bigfoots, and the other things that we've seen with the aliens and other things. I happen to have a theory that they just can see each other, that they all have some kind of connectivity to the fourth dimension, like reptilians and other things. But they all lived here for a long time, so they can obviously interdimension between our things. But this is a child, and it's a Bigfoot seen right next to each other. And I'd like to go a little bit more into the little people and the Bigfoot. As you can see, there are some twinkly little eyes over here, and the dome shaped of a shadowing Bigfoot squeaking between the trees. And there's also this face thing in front of it. Not only this entity over here on the left, but I've caught many of them. I seem to step across around, where I just keep seeing them, but I also see the other creatures connected. I happen to believe that they all can see each other in the forest, and there is some kind of a fourth dimension, whereas we can go in the forest and to see a little elf or whatever that's not there, but they can see it because they walk in them all night, because it's part of their magic. They have plenty of magic and plenty of other things that are very interesting about Bigfoots, which makes it a very, very cryptid creature, because the more what we can learn about it, the more what we don't know. Magical creature is on the left. It's right here in the middle. But look at the shape and the eyes of this thing. It tend to change. And as this thing was right here, dipping in there. Wasn't sure or wasn't sure or not if I was going to be there. Is I would go into the child. See, The Bigfoot's over here. He's right here. You see his twinkling eyes, does nostrils. It's got like horn looking things, like it's a mud type of, but it's shadowing and between these trees. Yeah, his trees are all split. He's like got some kind of thing where he goes down. I think he in some kind of mud. But look, child behind the church. Now I caught him in some weirder places, and it would make sense if you're a criminal or anybody else. You don't want to go to places where they can't look for you. Where everybody else is going out into the woods, you're right there next to home. But anyhow, it sounds corny and whatnot, I know, but let's just show you this. I have a couple clips of it, but I couldn't really redo it. My video recorder said, I'm sorry, it's not 4K, but if I zoom out, it'd be better. See the child? Let's look at the whole video. See right there. Now, the stick thing over here with the Bigfoot, that face is creepy as heck. It changes. It's not about, so much feet from this child. It kind of ducks behind here. But let's look at some interesting notes. First is this tree. See, it looks like it's floating in the air. The back end of it is not wrapped around this branch, wrapped around this tree. See, this thing's curved. It's like a floating stick. Now, believe me or not, that stick in reality, it's only about 6 inches long. But when I took this picture, it looks about a foot and a half. Compared to the size of a child's head, a normal head is 6 to 8 inches. That would be easily 18 inches. But when I shot it, that stick is about 6 inches long. It looks like it grew in its dimension. Right in here, it changes. When I zoomed across, you can see, look at this cross branch star thing over here. There's something up here in the tree. I can guarantee you there's something up here, right up here. I can guarantee you, I just quite not see it. Right in here, the sun comes out. Right, look. Maybe that is what it is. A big white. There is a big white in here, by the way. In the mud. And they stay perfectly clean. Look at his head, his twinkle eyes. He stays there like he's ducking down like he can. I could have sworn as I heard him later. That's just in a picture. I mean, what actually happened in the video was happening. 30, 60 seconds. And there's a child. There is a child right there behind the church. They're taking interest. My friend has placed these frisbee baskets back there. Look at that. You can see it in the HD right there. And I don't want to manipulate it anymore, but they're playing frisbees, not but 50, 100, 150, 250 feet from where these things. They're probably interested. There's a little power thing back there, and people are they're hunting them, or I don't know, whatever. But they're probably like, look at the kids, and they hear the chains and the shouting and the dogs and the churches then on the Sunday, and they're really peculiar about the child, and there's being a child that's with it. Um, it's really strange. This stick thing, like I said, look, see it? Okay, look, the this thing is like wrapped around this tree, and it's like floating. This thing ducks like slowly, but look right above it. Look, his head has a perfect weird X. Like the X is like part of the leaves and the things that's trying to make it hide. And I think there was even a couple more I seen and whatnot. And I'm gonna tell you, that from being Bigfoots and what people say about the paranormal, seeing aliens, little peoples, and other things too, I really want to bring into this special because it is true. This is Dazzle Productions. I have caught my fourth year in a row over 50 Bigfoots. If you subscribe to my channel now, you might not ever get to see them again, and you can always watch them. This is the child entities and Bigfoots too. I'd like to show you this on Dazzle You, my production show. You might never get to see this again. Peace. I'll give you as much information as I can. Take care.